Hey guys, I have a call for you. Sort of. Okay, so I went to the city and I got some books from all different types of places. Target, Borders, Goodwill, Adult Shop, and I think that's it. Oh, and a second-hand shop too. So I'm very tired at the moment. It is 11:31 p.m. But I thought I would show you the ones that I did get. So I will begin with The Secret. No. The Secret, The Power by Rhonda Byrne. Um, this is, I wouldn't exactly say the second book, but it is the next book that she has written. It was published this year. So I thought I just finished The Secret and I really enjoyed it, so I'll pick up this. I love the cover. I mean, I'm not even a fan of this color, but the cover's really nice, and uh, beneath it, which I take the dust jacket off anyway, it's just a nice blue cover. I wrote my post-it notes for my review, but some of the artwork is just really really nice. Like, the pages are all decorated even more so than in The Secret, and I'll do a proper review on it. But yeah, so I was really happy to get that book, and it's got 250 pages, and I started it last night, and I'm at 122, so I'm almost halfway there to finishing the book. So that will be probably the next book that I review. Even though I've got 4 books on the go, I've got 5 now. Very confusing. I must get started reading them. But I always get books and I'll think, oh, I'm so excited about reading this book, I want to read it now. And yeah. The second book I got is 121 Days of Urban Sodom. So if you are a teenager, I would not suggest getting this book. If you're a teenager, you can't get this book unless you get it online, but I think it's R-rated anyway. This is kind of intense and heavy. It's not gothic, it's more edgy and yeah. But if anyone thinks that this wants to know anything about this book, I'm quite happy to tell them. It is an adult's book. Yeah, not for the faint reader, like a chick lit. It's not a chick lit. It's an erotic book, I guess, in some ways. So yeah, and I'm really looking forward to reading this because it just the back just sounded so interesting. And I'm like, oh, I have to get this. It was like $15, and all the rest were like cheesy, crappy ones. So I thought, this is really good, so I'm going to pick it up. Something I would be interested in reading. So then I went to Borders, and they had like a clearance bin. So I went through the clearance bin because I like looking at clearance books because, well, they're cheaper than buying normal books, and some of them are really good. Like, some of my favorite books have been like $5. So, and they've been like my all-time favorite books. So the first one I got is Escape by Lynn Edwin. Oh, they're almost 121 Days of Urban Sodom by Jacqueline Phillips. And this is Escape by Lynn Edwin. This is the second book of the Sons of the Dark series. I think they have another series called Daughters of the Moon or something. Or Daughters of the Sun or something. No, Daughters of the Moon. And I saw this. I haven't read the first book, so I gotta find the first book. But I saw this book a couple of weeks ago, and it was like $30, $30 for this book, and then it was in the clearance bin for $7, and then they halved it again, so it cost me about $3-4 for this book. Pretty good bargain. Interesting cover. it looks like it will be like a really quick read. Like the font's like that big and it's a very small book. So looking forward to reading that. The next book that I got is called The Celebulantes on the Avenue, like something weird. And that's by Antonia Pagliaro. I can't pronounce it. But I saw this in the clearance bin for $3, so I'm like, well, the back sounds interesting, so if you guys like the cover and want me to read the back of it, it sounds like a really interesting book. It's a young adult book, this one. So, and I'd like to hear if anyone actually has read it, so that's cool. That's sweet. Sorry, I'm just anyway. The next book that I got is from a Goodwill store, and it smells like old people. No offense, but like it's got that musty like garage smell, like it's been sitting there for like 100 years, and I have to air it out because anytime I put it near another book, they start smelling like it. But I didn't really notice it until I brought it back. Anyway, it was like $3, and it's called The Life Factor by Dr. Ross Walker. So I'm adding this to my collection of self-help, spiritual sort of books that I'm going to be reading next year. I mean, it's pretty smelly, but am I stressed? It looks like an interesting read. And then the last book I got is something that's going to hit pretty close to home for me, is Why Have Babies? An Argument for Raising Children by Helen Davis. So I thought this would be also a good book to read. Like, it's thick, it's fairly new. I really don't like picking up old books because they tend to fall apart easier and they smell and their covers are all dirty and stuff like that. I like picking up new books. So this is a second-hand book, but it was $10, and so I thought to pick it up. It looks like it's going to be informative, but I'll let you guys know how that goes, because there are some people on here who are pregnant and who like to read these sort of books. So hopefully next year I'll be getting onto this one, because I know that my reading pace has just gone really slow at the moment. So I don't think any of these books I will be reading in the immediate future. Plus, I started already boxing up my books, so I'll read The Secret and the ones I'm working on now, and that will probably take me to at least hopefully the end of this month. And then I'll just start reading the books on the top of the pile of the books on the top of the boxes that I've started packing. Yeah. So this has been kind of a great book haul, not too great, but interesting enough to keep you entertained for how long I just kept you entertained for. So yeah, if you want to know anything about any of those books, let me know and I shall tell you all there is to know about them, except the plot and stuff. Just, yeah. Okay, so I hope you guys are having a good night, happy reading and happy weekend, I dare say. Is it weekend or is it still Thursday? Might be Thursday still. It's Thursday still. It is Thursday. I don't know why I said happy weekend. Anyway, I'm gonna go now because I'm gonna fall asleep. So, bye.